All right, I think we're live. Just double checking that we are live on Facebook. We are live. So I can see your comments. So if you are here, let's dive in, say hello in the comments. Super excited for this. Like a lot, guys. Like really. Sheena, you're driving. We're doing visualization. We are going to be closing our eyes for part of this, just so you know. If you're driving, please do not close your eyes. But the information that you get through this class is going to be life-changing. So, again, if you're here, say hello anytime, because on the replay, I want to see who's here. Jump in and say hello. So we're going to talk about visualization today. And for those of you that are new here, my name is Robyn Whitworth, and this is the Healthy Mompreneur group. This group is full of moms that have faith, that want to do big things, that want to learn how to manifest more abundance in their life, how to be more abundant spiritually, physically, financially, all the things, and how to do it well, how to do it from inspiration. And this skill of visualization, I want to just share with you that I did not always do this. I didn't always believe in it. I heard about visualization. I can't even remember the first time I heard about visualization, honestly. But I would love to know how many of you, and you can put it in the chat, but how many of you have had a season in your life where visualization wasn't something that you did regularly? Hi, Siri. Visualization is something, and maybe it has been lifelong. Like I've never regularly used visualization. I don't understand it. It's not something I've done. But how many of you have, this is something that is possibly pretty new to you, like within the last couple of years? And drop in the chat if it is something that's new to you. For me, generational energies of multiple generations, the idea of attraction or your energy mattering or the way you believe mattering to what comes into your life and what opportunities you have was completely not available to me. It wasn't something I grew up with. I did not have parents or grandparents or people around me, even in my community, that talked about those types of ideas, that embraced those types of thoughts. Where I grew up and in my family and generationally, it was you go to work. Hard work is everything. Like you just work hard to get what you want. Like, and while there's a true principle there, that was it though. Like that was the lens I was raised with. That was what it was. It was like, you have to work so hard to get anything that you want. Everything's a challenge. It was just this, you just have to go and work. And like I said, there's a really good principle there. But what I've learned in the last couple of years, as I have seen things come into my life, my energy made me available to it, but I did not see the steps. I didn't go and apply for that position. I didn't reach out to that specific person. I didn't go somewhere to have some experience that then, you know what, I don't know if I'm portraying this right. If you guys are getting what I'm saying, please drop a yes in the comments. Like this idea that I have to put my head down and work, and that you just kind of have to take whatever's available. type of idea. And so even when I created my first business in health and fitness, it really was like, show me the process, give me the check boxes. And I believe that if I just do all the check boxes and do what these people say, then I will see my life change. I will see the success that I want. I will feel the abundance that I so desire to feel. So now that I've said that, I'm like, that's really what it was, is this checkbox idea that if I check all the boxes, I will get this thing, like a given. Does anyone relate with that idea? That if I check all the boxes and do all the things that someone else laid out, then I will have a different life. I will have this different thing. I'm getting lots of thumbs up. It's probably Sheena driving. And Siri is answering. Thank you. If you're watching the replay, please put your answers in the comments. It matters so much to everyone that watches the replay. And Stacy says, yes, thank you. So then came the time of my life where I was like, look, I've been checking the boxes for a long time. I've been checking the boxes for like 10 years. I went to school, got my degree, I got married, I had kids. I started this business and my mentor said, do X, Y, Z, and Q. And I did X, Y, Z, and Q. And I saw some success. But it was all like on someone else's timeline. It was somebody else had laid out what these check boxes were. Someone else had said, this is what your goals should be. Someone else. And so you get to a point in your life where your brain development is at a place where you're not in your 20s anymore. And you're not, when we're in our 20s, let's go for a little brain development here so that we can really embrace this. In your 20s, your brain has just barely been able to think truly long-term, to truly be able to, if you will, visualize, to really see like what the action they're taking today might bring. That's why in our teenage years and early 20s, a lot of times we'll make decisions that people kind of, my older people go, I hope that works out for you. Okay. So when we end in our later 20s and into our 30s, our brain has seen enough. It has seen enough to sometimes we have a midlife crisis. We might have a faith crisis. We might have a marriage crisis. We might literally go through an identity crisis. And this often happens again around age 60. Keep this in mind. This is normal stuff. So if you're in these spaces, you're not a crazy person or someone that needs 7 therapists. I mean, maybe you do, but honestly, if you're in this group and you're a functioning adult, this is just where you're at. Okay. So sometime between like age 28 and 48, there can be this whole thing where you're like, what am I doing? What is my life meaning? What's going on? I think maybe I need to do something different. I think things need to change. Like it becomes a thing. So if you're resonating with this, if you're in one of these age groups, please give me I hear you. I know what you're talking about. I've felt that. I've had that question where I'm like, what am I doing? Am I doing anything of value? What is my life meaning anything here? Like, really, give me some comments that you're resonating with this idea and with the true fact that this is where our brains come. This is why you're in this position. This is why you're wondering if there's more and if there's skills you need to learn to make your life feel a little more fulfilling. Something else needs to happen. So when I got to that place, I was 28 when I really was just not loving the trajectory of my life. I did not love how much stress I felt in my marriage and our finances, raising my kids. I was just like, this can't be it. This can't be what Heavenly Father, what God meant our lives to feel like. I keep reading in scripture and hearing sermons and all this stuff about joy. Where's the joy? Like, what's happening? I really was in this place of confusion and just like, there's got to be something else, right? Right? I wanted to have the hope that there was. And thank you, Stacy. She's 100% resonating. And that was the point where I started getting really curious, because what I've learned, you guys, this is so exciting. Please take a note on this. I hope you have a notebook. We're going to need a notebook for this visualization, but confusion always precedes clarity. Like, that is just the black and white basic principle, okay? Is that confusion always precedes clarity, depending on what you do with it. So today, we're going to learn a skill in visualization to help us move. I don't know what's available to you today. It's going to be different for everyone, but we are going to move a piece of the confusion today. So I say visualization is one tool, it's one piece, because there are multiple modalities, multiple ways, multiple things that I could say or do or teach to help a human gain clarity, to get out of confusion, to learn how to move forward. Little note here, in the Elevated Mother program, I teach you many of those modalities. Today we're learning visualization. Now, this is the beginning of the training. So if you have a notebook and you are wanting to learn this skill, number one, this is what I've learned. And this is when I was 28, and I was starting to seek out and be curious and just like, I got to explore, I got to learn some more. And I came upon some different people through my own searching. It was like, well, I got to start somewhere. I got to start somewhere. And I started learning about people doing like meditations. And I was like, meditation? Is that what like monks do? Is that something everybody does? Like, it hadn't become available to me in my wheelhouse of understanding and study how much I started seeing in my scripture study. Like, God often uses the words, be still, meditate upon my words. Just last week in a study of the Old Testament in Joshua, he said, meditate day and night. How to do these things. How many times, now that you're aware, have you read or listened to or heard really like leaders that you love and admire saying, be still. Stillness is important. Meditation, like all of this idea is not just for monks. It is a healthy, empowering, powerful study, a way of being, a powerful way to be in every day, to allow yourself stillness, to allow yourself to be present. Now, the first part of visualization, and I've learned this over the years of different types of visualization with different people, and ultimately about 2 years ago was the first time that I had kind of a breakthrough for myself on allowing myself to visualize from my inner wisdom and really trusting that my soul is older than this human body. It has wisdom, experience, understanding. It has a link with the universal intelligence, with all sorts of spiritual ideas, empowerments from ancestors, just if you really have faith, you have this understanding that we have a soul that has been before, will be after this mortal experience. And so when I tapped into that idea, and I thought, I really do believe that. And I thought, there's got to be an inner wisdom, kind of an inner compass that is leading me to the things that I do, right? And it started to really hit me that when that's out of alignment, when my actions and what's going on with the trajectory of my life is not going where I want it to go, where I feel is joyful and happy and fulfilling, it was like a light bulb moment that was like, well, maybe you are not doing things that really align with your values, with what you really believe. And I was just like, what? Because when I grew up in a very pious Christian culture, it was like, If you weren't doing stuff that was completely aligned with the church, then you were wrong, you were bad. It was like so put on us that way. And to break out of that and be like, wait, I have a soul, I have an inner truth, I have an inner wisdom that can guide me. And maybe this church is like also a guide, and versus, and I don't know if you can embrace those ideas, if that's available to you, but I highly recommend considering journaling upon those ideas if you have not yet. So once I understood this, I really realized that the beginning stages of visualization starts with your beliefs, and it starts with your desire. You have to go into visualization with a very clear intention. This is what I'm doing here. This is what I want from this. And so 2 notes here on this first section of belief and desire has to start. Because we don't have, probably years worth of time to go through all of your beliefs and what things need to change. For today's visualization exercise and class, I'm going to ask you to consider 2 ideas to embrace. And these are the 2 ideas that are going to make our visualization today work. So this is really, really important that you're with me on this. So if you've gotten distracted, if you've come away, you're just listening, come back to me, put the laundry aside or whatever you were doing, and really listen here. These 2 ideas are going to be really important. These 2 limitations are the 2 biggest limitations that affect every client I've ever had, and I want to just say humanity, but time and money. Okay, time and money. For this visualization to work, a lot of you came here, you're watching the replay, you would love some clarity. And I'm going to tell you, I am completely confident that if for the next 30 minutes, you are capable, if you open your heart to the idea that you can release time and money as limitations to this visualization. Let me tell you this, time is man-made. How we measure time is man-made. It's a man-made principle. The fact that we have birthdays or holidays or when a school year begins or when we've had all of that stuff is a man-made principle that came about because of who knows what. Even you can study, right? Why we started measuring time. But the idea of time and birthdays and aging and that certain things can only happen at a certain age. And when you're over a certain age, this should happen. And kids are only ready to go to school at this age. And all of these ideas are completely man-made. Money is also a man-made thing. The idea that we need to exchange an actual currency of some kind and how much it is and what things are worth, that is completely man-made. These are not God-driven, soul-driven components. They are limitations of mortality. So for this visualization, I would love to have you completely eliminate those. And inside the visualization, I'm going to help you with that. But put that in your notes that most of the time humans do or do not do things because of these 2 limitations. Sometimes we think it's personal fear, we think it's what other people are thinking, but when we get down to the root of it, motion aside, it's usually these 2 things. Don't have enough money, it'll be too scary, it's a big risk because of money, it's a big risk because of my age, because of the age of my kids. Like, we totally, are you wrapping your brain around how powerful it could be to let go of those 2 limitations? And I would love for you to put in the chat if you know if one or the other of these is a bigger limitation for you. If you're aware already, if it's time, like your age, feeling like you can't do anything, feeling like you have to show up for these other people because of time, like Or is it money? Like there's a lot of scarcity. There's a lot of fear in there. There's a lot of like, I don't know if I could ever really do this monetarily or whatever you're trying to do in your goals. So that's the first part. Number one, we need to have a belief that we are going to get something out of our visualization, and we have to have a clear desire of that this is going to work, the intention behind it. What is it? What are you feeling right now? Define what it is, sit with it, embrace it. The purpose of visualization is to really, like I said, we're tuning into this inner wisdom. We're tuning into your soul. We're communing. I know we've talked a lot in the Christian culture about communing with God and communing with spiritual, all sorts of natures, but to commune with ourselves is really, really amazing. Like really, really amazing. And I've come to believe that when I commune with my inner self, it is also with God and Jesus and like all of those things. They are with me in that sphere. So the second, number two, if you're taking notes, is to set the stage. Now, I have come to find that the more I visualize, the more I get good at meditation and different stuff. Yes, I say get good because it does take practice. The first year I started meditating regularly, it was a challenge. It was a challenge to train my brain to be present, to train my body to be just present in a moment. It was a challenge. And there are still weeks where big things are changing and going, and it's like, it's hard for me to just sit and like do this thing. But I have learned the benefits far outweigh the challenge. Okay. So set the stage is the next part. And what that means is get your kids sorted, turn off distractions. If you need to put your cell phone on silent, you need to, whatever it is, you need to try to do your very best to turn off distractions and really become into a place of, this is just me having this experience. The next thing in setting the stage is to drink a big glass of water. Big glass of water. Water and the hydration of our bodies helps energy to flow really, really well. Our brain needs it to be able to accept visualization. So drink a big glass of water. If you haven't done that, I drank a ton of water before I came to class. Go get a drink of water right now. All of that's is part of helping the energy flow in your body. The next thing in this set the stage bullet point, if you're taking notes, is to give yourself permission to be unavailable for the next little bit. Give yourself permission that you don't have to answer the phone call, that you don't have to, whatever it is that your brain is going to bring up that says, you should go do this thing right now. I tell you, I know who you are in this group. You are busy moms. So during a quiet moment, your brain all of a sudden goes, oh, you should probably go switch the laundry. Oh, you should probably go call that person. Oh, remember that appointment you needed to set up. Oh, go, sprinkle your lawn. Like all of these things are going to happen. If you're resonating, give me a heart or a thumbs up. Like, you know that your brain is constantly pinging because you are a woman that wants to be productive in her life. This is normal. This is common. But for this visualization, I would love for you to give yourself permission to not be available for the next 15 minutes. Okay. The last part of setting the stage is to give yourself grace and compassion if there does happen to be an interruption. If the thoughts do run wild, if the child does run in and jump on you, you have to get up and maybe do something and then come back. Like, it's okay. It's okay. All right. So the grace, compassion, that's all part of setting the stage. So take those steps with me. I've set the stage. Obviously, I came to class with the advantage of knowing what we were going to do today. Do your very best to set the stage right now. The next thing I highly suggest is to have a notebook nearby. I sometimes have, not sometimes, I have Post-it notes all over my house. You will see a stack of Post-it notes in my drawer in my kitchen. You see one in my bathroom. I have one on my nightstand. I have them right here on my desk because I have learned that for me, and you'll learn what happens for you, but hey, Serena, Your inspiration will come differently than mine does, but it often comes when I'm doing like mindless activities like showering. A lot of times right before I go to sleep at night, sometimes first thing in the morning, sometimes the middle of the night. I like wake up and I can't sleep because of something, and then my brain is like so clear from sleeping for a while that I will get like really clear inspiration about something. And so I've learned to keep it by my bed and write it down, because without fail, I don't remember it as well in the morning. um, and in the kitchen, like if I'm cooking and doing stuff, a lot of times I'm thinking about, just my thoughts are able to run during that mindless activity. And so I will get ideas and inspiration there. So during visualization, when I'm going to sit and visualize on something, I keep a little notebook on hand. So keep that on hand, because often you will get the revelation you're seeking, ideas, inspiration, pieces to your challenge you didn't realize were there, things maybe you've been unwilling to know or acknowledge or see will pop up, solutions will all of a sudden be really clear to you. So step number 4 is to let's get quiet. Let's get really comfortable. I highly suggest you either sit in a chair with your feet flat on the floor, not crossed, kind of just hip width distance, with just your hands kind of in your lap, kind of just in an open position. Relax as much as possible. Or I love to visualize laying down, and I suggest putting a pillow under your head and a pillow under your knees, or even leaving your knees up and kind of knocked together with the knees together and the feet apart when you're laying down. That just allows free energy flow through your lower back and your pelvic area. Those are the 2 positions I highly suggest. Okay, so get yourself in position, because we are about to begin our visualization. I have things sorted, things are quiet. You can close your eyes at this point. And this is what's going to be called a guided visualization. It's a little bit different. It's similar to a meditation. And if you want to call it a meditation, you can, but where we're being guided to visualize something in our mind's eye that's very specific, I'm choosing to call this a visualization exercise. So close your eyes, and I will tell you that in the beginning, when you haven't done this a lot, even when you have, let's just be real, you might feel a lot of feelings right away, like a lot of sensation, because for the first time in a long time, you're being completely still and present. And what's interesting to note about this feeling of feeling a lot of feelings right away is it's a symptom or a message that you haven't done this a lot, and that you've been very busy. The state of your body is a constant go, 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 go. And it's interesting to note that our body is always in the present. It's our mind that goes forward in time and backwards in time. It's only our mind, but it's fascinating to realize and important to realize that when your brain goes forward in time and thinks of things that have not happened yet and tries to make sense of them, tries to think about how it's going to be, there are experiences you'll have in your mind that will provoke feelings in the body. If you're imagining like giving a speech or talking to a client or putting your stuff for sale at a craft sale or going back to school or whatever, you will feel real anxiety about, or whatever you're feeling about that. I know I would probably feel nervous about things that I haven't done yet. But what's interesting to note and important to note is that your body feels it. Your body is feeling that nervous feeling as if you're already there. And when you go back in time and rerun over exercises, or not exercise, when you rerun over experiences was the word I was looking for there. You've gone back over that conversation. You've gone back over that funeral. You've gone back over that feeling of loss. You've gone back over that feeling of excitement. You've gone back over whatever. The body feels that too. So come to this realization that when we first close our eyes and get still, our body is like, wait, what? It's so used to going forward and back with your mind. If there hasn't been a lot of mindfulness training, and the body may feel kind of like it's coming to a complete stop for the first time in a long time. And it might be a little shocking. You may feel a lot of feelings right at this moment because you're becoming aware of everything that's been going on in the body for the first time in a long time. And it's really good to note how that feels. You may be feeling a lot of feelings. A lot of times, if I've been very, very busy and neglecting some present time with my body, I feel a tightness in my belly. I feel sometimes a tightness in my back. Sometimes I have a feeling that I'm a little restricted in my shoulder area or in my neck. Sometimes I even feel like all of a sudden I'm really itchy and I have itches everywhere. Sometimes I feel like I have to tap my foot. But what I would love for you to do is when you're feeling all of that, just be aware of it, observe it, and start to breathe really deeply, like in through your nose, out through your mouth. And you can breathe out through your nose if you want. When I'm feeling really full of a lot of emotions, a lot of energies, a lot of stuff going on, I find that a really loud, audible exhale, like oftentimes does feel like it's releasing things in my body. And so you want to sit and breathe for just a moment. And what I would love for you to do is to actually visualize the breath, like the air that's going in your nose and either out your nose or out your mouth. And visualize it that it's a color. Just note the color. And when you're breathing in, start to breathe lower. So like if you've been breathing and you're noticing your chest moving, let's try to take that breath low. Try to get your belly to move. Can you actually take a deep breath where your chest hardly moves at all? We're pushing with our diaphragm to get that exhale. And the most deep breath is when we breathe with our belly first, and then our lungs come last. So we go, and then expand the whole rib cage all the way down to the belly. And when we exhale, it's like our entire core has just moved. And if you've never breathed that deep before, you may feel a little lightheaded. Come back to your regular breathing pattern if you need for a couple of breaths. What we're doing is flooding the body and the brain with oxygen, because as we visualize and bring a new awareness and new beliefs into ourselves, our brain needs that oxygen. It's going to need that water you just drank to take in these ideas really fully. Our brain is an amazing organ that figures things out for us, that finds the solutions, and we need to help it to have everything that's possible. So now that we are in our relaxed state, we've been breathing, we want to set the intention. What is it that you need to know? What is the biggest challenge you're facing right now? What is it you want to feel, need to feel? What is it that you need to know, see, hear, understand? Why are you here? Why are you taking this moment? What's the motivation behind being in this class, taking this class, watching the replay, wherever you're at? Breathe in that intention. Think about it when you breathe in. Okay, so here we are. You've set that intention. I really, really need you now. We're going to release time and money. Imagine with me in your mind's eye that someone comes to you, and it can be interesting to even note who they are, if it's male or female, old or young, but someone comes to your door who says, Robyn, your first name, whatever, I have come to take all your money burdens. I'm going to pay all your debts. I'm going to pay everything from here on out. Money is no object. It doesn't matter what it's for. It's a vacation, food, school, hiring someone for your business. I will take care of it all. You just name it. I trust everything you're doing. You name what needs to be taken care of. I'm taking care of it for you. I will finance it all. Breathe in this idea, exhale any disbelief. Breathe in this idea that money is no longer an issue. It's not something you have to worry about. You have all the money in the world. And now you've discovered a magic wand, if you will, that allows you to stop time. That it doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, what's happening. Doesn't matter how long the days are or what time of the year it is. It doesn't matter. It's summer, fall, spring. You have all the time in the world to accomplish what you need to accomplish in this life. You have all the time. Deadlines don't matter. You have all the time. Wave that wand to make it so. So you now have all the time and all the money in the world. Everything that you want to have happen is 100% possible. And because there's no time or money involved, imagine yourself in this room where you have every possibility open to you. It's everything that's about to happen in your life is 100% based on what you are about to do, what you choose. It's your choice. Now, let's slowly move through a series of questions while you're visualizing yourself in this space with all possibilities open to you. What would you really do? Who's there with you? Who supports you? Who cheers you on? Is a specific mentor there that you've been considering? Is there a degree that you have been wanting to get? Is there a place you've wanted to travel to see? Is there a family event you wish you could go to? You have all the time and money in the world. Is there a charity you want to fund? Is there a school you would love to support monetarily? Is there something you would buy for your existing business? A piece of equipment, a program? Also take note, where are you? Are you in a house, office building, a park, vacationing, on the top of a mountain peak, in the clouds? Take note of where you are in this visualization. What are you doing each day? With all the time and money in the world, what would you really do? And if it helps to limit that down to just this next couple of years, just the next 2 years, for just the next couple of years, it doesn't matter how long something takes you or how fast it gets done, but for the next couple of years, what would you love to see happen? Note that down on a piece of paper. If you can open your eyes and write it down, like in the next couple of years, what are you doing? What are your days like? Who's there? How do you feel in your body? Are you joyful? Are you open? Are you smiling? Are you enjoying life? What are you doing? Are you working? Did you quit that other job and start something else? While money is no object, a lot of times it's fulfilling for us as humans to work, to contribute. So doing that may be a big part of your vision. Now, I want you to just take note that thoughts will come unbidden. You may be struggling to focus and stay with the visualization. Again, have that grace and compassion for that. And what I would love to offer for you is to visualize each of those thoughts that come, like, my kids are doing this thing, and oh my gosh, this is so loud, or oh my heck, I need to go do that thing, like things are coming to you. Allow them to kind of just either float away on a leaf down a little stream that you can visualize, or you see them up on a screen and they're just passing like a commercial. It just goes like around. Maybe you see your thought on a cloud and it just blows away. Allow the thoughts to just be observed, and also allow them to just move through. You are an intentional person. You will get things done that you need to do. Come back to the visualization. Couple more deep breaths, really thinking about what you're doing, where you're at, what it's like. I hope you took some good notes. You can gently start wiggling your hands, your toes, open your eyes. And I would love to have your feedback in the chat. What was that like for you? Have you ever done a visualization like that? Anything new that you haven't experienced before? And most of all, what I would love for you to note is, what were you doing in that visualization, and what's the first thing you need to do to make that your reality? Allow your brain to sit here for a moment and be like, hey, if what I wrote down in my journal or my notepad or my sticky note was really my reality, what is the first thing that needs to change about my life right now? Do I need to lose weight? Do I need to go get a certification? Do I need to stop doing whatever it is? There's usually several things that come immediately. Let them come. Let it come through your brain. Have the courage to write them down, no matter how obscene or impossible they may seem. Write them down. Believe that inner wisdom. Believe any ideas that are coming to you right now. Write them down. So put in the chat, what's the one thing you know that you need to do? What's the one thing you know has to happen right now? And the next question you want to ask yourself is that available to me? Is there even more steps I need to maybe do to actually take action on that thing? When I first started really visualizing this way and trusting my inner wisdom and coming up with some of these ideas, like I need to go get this certification, or I need to drop sometimes a big thing that I've been working on for a long time, realizing that that actually wasn't taking me where my soul and spirit and body saw myself going for my highest joy and purpose and fulfillment. And it took a lot of courage to even write it down, to even consider it sometimes. The things that needed to change in my life. Um, and to even go further back and say, what is this first step? And I will tell you, back in just November of 2021, I was in a place of like, I know something has to shift. I know that this isn't going where I need it. I knew I needed a specific mentor. And I used the visualization, and I kept telling myself each day, like, I'm open to this person coming into my life. I'm open to cutting off my current mentor. And lo and behold, the mentor that I have now, my amazing coach that I have now, came into my life, and I watched a couple videos that she had done, and it just spoke so clear to me. It spoke so clear to me. I'm like, oh my goodness, she just literally she did a live, and all the things that I had written down in my visualization that I didn't want to do anymore, that I felt was really just not congruent with my values, just felt kind of gross when I would do them, just like, I don't want to do this. She presented the idea that there was a business model, there was a way of doing things where you don't do, and she listed this thing, and it was like everything on my list. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I need to know what she knows. I need to be in this circle of these people that do this. And so it really helped me to have the confidence to move forward with hiring her and making that investment and moving forward. And I will tell you, it was one of, if not to date, one of the most clear, wonderful decisions I have ever made, while coming with significant amounts of self-doubt and fear because of money and time. Like, is this the right time? Is this the right investment? All of those things. But when I was like, no, I'm going to trust my inner wisdom this time, I'm backing myself, maybe for the first time ever. I'm going to just go with my inner wisdom and what I have felt was revealed to me, and I'm going to move forward. I don't know what it's going to look like, but I know that I felt that feeling, and I moved forward with it, and it has been incredible. Just the last 2-3 years of my life, being able to slowly learn to trust me has been huge. And those of you that have been in the Elevated Mother program know that we teach on this, we support on this, and this is one of the most foundational skills to moving forward and becoming more abundant in all areas of your life, to getting that courage and self-esteem to really take action and make things happen that haven't been able to happen for a long time. And if you've been stuck, you've been stagnant, if you've been in that place where you're like, oh, my life is not going how I want it, I'm not feeling a spark, I'm not feeling joy, I invite you to consider that maybe things need to change. Maybe it's time. Your brain's ready, your body will accept it. Is the courage there? What's the next step? I would love to hear in the chat what your next step is. What is your next step for that dream, that thought, that revelation you just had? Trust it. Drop it in the chat. You can also, I would love if you want to reach out and DM me about this experience and share. I have a lot of books I can offer, a lot of network places that I could send you based on what your next step is if you're not sure how to even make that happen. I would love to have that conversation with you. It's so powerful. Well, this is the end of our visualization exercise. I gave you the steps to going through how to do that. And I have loved sharing this morning with you. Can't wait to see your answers, and I can't wait to chat with you and find out how this visualization skill starts to serve you in your life. All right. Have an amazing, amazing Friday.